Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues. Just before I get into this video, if you can comment your thoughts on the subject we're going to be talking about, share and subscribe, it massively helps. Um, just before I get into the subject, I've seen a picture go around on Twitter and other various sites of a fan who unfortunately lost his life in July this year at the age of 19, Matthew Dolby. I think I pronounced that right. Apologise if I haven't. Um, and yeah, the picture's getting shared around um, to bring everyone together to clap for them on our next game um, against Arsenal. I think it's on the 18th or 19th of August. Sorry, September. Um, Shocking, absolutely shocking news. Someone that young could get their life taken over something stupid like a weapon. Or just anything. Like, it's ridiculous. We all know the knife crime rate in Liverpool isn't great. Um, but yeah, rest in peace, Matthew. Um, yeah, just absolutely shocking. I do hope everyone comes together and claps for him. Um, I think in the 19th minute there, the family are asking for. But yeah, definitely that should be something that should take place against Arsenal in a couple of weeks' time. Um, yeah, Demarai Gray has got his wish in the next few hours, or even me recording this video now. It looks like he's officially left Everton to make his move to Al-ETTIFAQ to join Steven Gerrard, Jordan Henderson, Jack Hendry, I think it is, a Scottish defender, and someone else, maybe Moussa Dembele, I think it is. Of a list of players who've joined the Saudi Arabian League um, in the past couple of months. Yeah, I think there was rumours before the January transfer window ended in the UK. El Shabab, I believe, was in for them. I'm pretty sure it was a higher price as well, to what we are potentially all rumoured to be selling him for to Al-ETTIFAQ. Well, what it is 10 million at this moment of time with add-ons or a sell-on clause included. I think it'll be a 3-year contract, or no, 4-year contract. I've seen. Yeah, it's one of them, and you can't. We've known what he's put up on Instagram the past couple of days, targeting Sean Dyche, saying he loves the fans. Basically, to summarise it, um, he's not getting respect of the manager. The manager's come out and said, you know, he's kind of made his own mind up of leaving the club, um, coming up with a story that he's already agreed a deal and the club selling him, which isn't true. And Dice laughed it off that he's come across and said that to him, and yeah, uh, yeah. We all know as well he's not match sharp, he's not match fit, so that's why he hasn't really been included. Um, but yeah, it's been going in circles around for ages. But I think normally Dyche is disappointed that he's put something like that up. He was hoping it was all going to be kept private, especially when there was still a number of days before the Saudi League's transfer window closes, which I believe is the 7th. But yeah, this deal looks like it's gonna go in just in time. He's got his wish. He wants a new challenge. He's voiced his opinion for a while that especially after the end of last season, that he's wanted to leave the club. And we're missing a player here who can do the unpredictable sometimes. Quite inconsistent, but then you could say majority of the team are anyway. The club is anyway, in terms of everything to do with the club, is inconsistent consistently. um, yeah, you know, we all know Demarai Gray's, attributes and ability we've witnessed over the past few years. You know, he's great from shooting long range. From long range, he can take a man on. He can assist. He can score a few goals. It's a bit of a disappointing time for him to leave, just because I still, even though Sean Dyche said he doesn't want a massive squad, he wants kind of a tight-knitted squad. But a couple of injuries and positions or players playing out of form, you kind of like to have Demarai Gray as another option. But realistically, you know, players want to play. And I'm assuming he's going to get a good contract in Saudi Arabia as well. But yeah, we're just going to have to move on from it. Hopefully the wingers come back after the international break. We have a lot more variety and options. You know, I could say Jack Harrison is a very similar player to Demarai Gray. I think he's a bit more lethal in terms of his assists and goals. He's a bit more consistent. But, you know, some players don't fit into certain types of teams. Jack Harrison might not fit into how we play and who we are and whatnot. But he is a very kind of like-to-like kind of player. But, you know, I like to say thanks to Demarai for all his work at the club. You know, the crucial assist he made for the Calvert-Lewin winner against Crystal Palace a couple of seasons back, which inevitably kept us up. You know, strikes against Arsenal, a much needed win at that time of the season, right at the death as well. The Man City goal, many other little moments he's had, and yeah, we've made a profit on him as well, again, which you can't dispute in terms of a business side of things, or financial side of things. Like, we have to accept it is what it is in terms of, you know, there is other players at this club where we might have to sell for the money because of our financial situation, and I'm not gonna come here and pretend that I know everything about the financial situations at Everton. I kind of I know briefly what's going on, and I am willing to learn more. So I you know, unfortunately, we shouldn't even have to be trying to learn more about the financial issues at Everton, but that's how badly run the club is. I think the fans have got to take on board, or certain people on YouTube, other channels on YouTube are going to have to really go in depth with what's going on at Everton and or how the club's getting run inside and where we are financially. It's just got to that point, and we need to know ourselves so that to all make sense. You know, we know about certain deals that have been structured. I've joked and laughed at it. You know, we're paid by Klarna for some players. We're using Klarna to buy some players, and it does feel that way. You know, I think Beto is a player we're not going to be, you know, paying for till the end of this or next financial year, which is crazy. It's kind of a loan, if you could say, for at least this season. But yeah, well, obviously we have to pay eventually, but hopefully we're in a better situation then. And Dyche has credited Kevin Farewell for that deal, for securing that deal, because apparently it really looked, you know, it was kind of, it looked really tough to get it over the line, but he did it, and you know, gotta give him credit for that. You know, obviously I'm not blaming him for all what's gone on, but yeah, Demarai Gray, another player out the doors for us. I've did a video with the Toffee Blues channel on YouTube about the transfer situation, how I feel about it, the Sheffield United game, which I've already discussed about in my match reaction. But yeah, if you give me a rating for Everton's transfer market and strategies, and you know how it's ended up for us, and other various channels who are not Everton supported channels, they've all slated us. They said it's the worst. We're relegation confirmed, all this kind of stuff. To be honest, if you're an Everton fan, and I think actually if you have a bit of a brain, this is, and not, in terms of where we are in our situation, this is a relatively good transfer window for us. Obviously, I would like us to invest in other areas of the pitch as well, and in terms of the board as well, and a lot of probably other things at the club that needs upgrading. But for now, you've got to take it as a steady step, and I think we've done reasonably good for what we had to offer and provide to other teams to get their players. We've done really well, in my opinion. I think obviously to upgrade my point score of this transfer window, I did wish we can bring in another player in, like Sulemana, potentially a centre-back, which we was in for, with that Borussia Mönchengladbach. I don't even know why I keep trying to say that team's name, I can't say it. We had one of their defenders, Nico Everton, but we didn't. Like I said, transfer windows, or no transfer markets, like a game of poker. But yeah, you can look at it as well, and if you don't perform well from now till January and you're in a relegation fight, then the opinions of this transfer market will be obviously lower. But for now, to me, it looks positive. But I hope that we can change the way we play and change the results of what we've had in the past few seasons. Players like Jack Harrison plays in the Premier League. We know what he's all about. We see him every week. Plays in a variety of positions as well. Beto already looking great. Yusuf Chimeti, very strange one for me. I think at the time of where we are at the club, to bring in a player like that, where it's going to take a long time for him, in my opinion, to adjust to the Premier League. Bit of a strange one for me. Bit 50-50 on that one, but I'll have to start trusting Kevin Fairwell, because I think it was his type of signing. And then like Ashley Young, reliable. Not played totally amazing or great at all since the start of the season, but he can play in a variety of positions as well. Experience, has a sense of calmness about him when he plays, which way we can be quite erratic in other seasons. But yeah, and Danjuma as well. Danjuma, has been kind of like half fit since the start of the season, and he looks ready to go. He's getting better every game, even though he's making some decisions which still rack my brain a little bit. But he looks like an improved. He's improved. I'll say what I'm seeing up to now. I'm seeing more from him than what I've seen with Demarai Gray, but it's only a couple of games in. Only time can tell, but it's an improvement. To me, it's an upgrade. But yeah, nothing really much more to report. I think I can't recall seeing anything else. But we're gonna have to. A lot of the players are in international duty now. And this is the time to get some of these players fit, ready. I think we're going to have a practice game or a mid-season friendly, you could call it, against Lyon, I think. Or I've heard that completely wrong. I can't recall. I don't even know if it's confirmed. But yeah, just to get the players' match fitness up. But then at the same time, it's a bit of a worry because someone could get injured. And to be honest, I've just remembered as well that Branthwaite was just going to compliment him before. Has unfortunately picked up an injury in England under 21 international duty. Something to do with his groin. He's had it since the summer, I think. And the issue, he's going to get surgery on it, I think they said. But the latest news I've heard is it won't rule him out. It'll only rule him out for like the next week or so, and he should be back in contention to play against Arsenal, which I'm dying for him to be playing in, because the thought of Godfrey and Keane coming in doesn't fill me with confidence. But yeah, that's all the news. If I've missed anything else, I will tell myself off later. But yeah, and just before I go, actually, you know what? Actually, no, I'll say it now. A lot of people don't even know my name, and I don't even feel like I've introduced myself properly on this channel. It might be on my bio. I can't recall the last time I updated it. But my name's Stuart. After over nearly 2 years of doing this channel, I don't recall saying my name at all in this. But yeah, that's me. I'll see you all soon anyway.